Hi, babe. So, thank you for your patience. Yes, it's super wild over here right now. I have my visa interview at the Portuguese consulate next week, and we have all this stuff happening in the business. It's super exciting. We had probably I don't know, $60,000 week this week, which was great, but there's a lot that goes into that. Um, Yes. So my strong feeling is that the whole job of our lives, the big job of our lives, is to deeply understand every single thing about ourselves, how we are inborn, wired glory, because we came here perfect. And I'm just going to say this because I want to make sure you know where I'm coming from when I use some of the words that I use. When I say God, I'm not talking about a being. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about organized religion in any way. I'm talking about the higher powers and forces of love, intelligence, and creative power. That's what I call God. And I believe that we are all part of that. We all are just like a manifestation of that. So then we are born literally perfect. And exactly how we're born is we are born with all of the desires and goals and dreams and intentions and inclinations and talents and challenges and shadows and a little magnet in our spirit, which is very well documented in human design. One of the energy centers in human design is a G center. And the idea of it is that it is a magnet that attracts to you exactly what you need to understand exactly how like perfect you are in terms of the divine perfect, meaning like cosmically perfect, not magazine airbrush nonsense perfect, right? So I talk about and teach human design in connection with business because there just are, all of us are not wired to do everything the same way. And there are business ideas that will seem logically like they are the right thing to do and should be the next big thing. And you could follow exactly what, like, say, Rachel, you could follow exactly what Rachel did to build her business. And if you don't have the same wiring in your human design energies are not the same as her, it will not be successful. And sometimes it can be successful in you can create a business that is usually if you're trying to create a business that is out of alignment with your wiring, with your human design, with your inborn talents, gifts, etc. One of a few things will happen. You can be successful creating it, but people will not feel successful, right? It will actually that's the phenomenon I see a lot in these other coaches communities where people are actually successful creating the thing, but they really hate it and they hate their lives and then they blow it up. And you see that time and time again. Marie Forleo, all these people create these businesses and then they fall off the map for a few years because either they create something that they hate, or two, they create something and they get sick. Because if you are working in a way that is outside of your design, it often creates illness in the physical body. So it's very common to see certain types, human design types in particular, get ill in their 30s and 40s and 50s because they've been working counter to the way they're wired to work. So, if the name of the game of a good human life is to understand everything about yourself and create a life that is congruent to that, then I don't think one can actually do that job of creating this brilliant life without actually knowing. You can't actualize a true self you don't know, right? So that's why we use human design and a couple of other systems, but primarily human design as a self discovery tool, because mostly people, you'll hear me say this a million times, there are only three reasons you haven't created the empire of your soul yet. The first reason is that what you've been trying to create is not in alignment with who you really are. The second reason is how you've been trying to create it is not in alignment with who you really are and how you're wired to work. And the third thing is that you keep hitting your upper limits, spiraling into low vibration, and it's taking you too long to get out, because that's what happens when we're by ourselves and we don't have community or guidance or mentorship or whatever. Is we can get stuck in the and we can get stuck at the bottom of the entrepreneurial emotional roller coaster, and it's hard to get out, and that causes businesses. It usually takes a woman who has a really successful corporate career, who starts her own passion-based business, in my experience, it will take her on average 5 to 7 years to get to 250K in revenue, annual revenue, if she ever gets there at all. And there are some real unique challenges that it presents to the entrepreneurial journey when you actually do have a successful corporate job. Okay, so that's why I say that specifically. There's a lot of distraction. There's a lot of temptation to stay in your zone of excellence. There's a lot of dithering and dabbling at the beginning of the entrepreneurial journey where you're still not sure if you're committed to doing a business or if you're crazy or what. So that's my job, is to help use, my recalibration tools, including daily ritual, my actualization tools, including human design, and my alignment tools, including guided implementation of proven business frameworks in a way that is integrated with your unique human design to help you get the what you're creating into alignment with who you are, the how you're creating it into alignment with who you really are. And then my actual job on a daily basis is to pull my people out of the, get them out of the bottom of the emotional roller coaster of entrepreneurship way, way, way faster. And than they would on their own, so that they can, take this initial approach to building the empire of your soul that really, in the first stage of it, you're just experimenting to see what works for your people and what works for you, what models, what products, what offerings, what prices, all of that. It's just an experiment for a while. And so the whole name of the game with this experiment method is you got to keep running experiments. And that requires that you not see a launch or an offer that people don't take as a failure. Instead, you see it as a win, because the whole goal of an experiment is to learn what works and what doesn't. So everything that you put in market is actually a win. All right, so let me know how that lands, my love. I'm so glad that we're working together. See you soon. And actually, let me take it to even one further step of specificity. There are specific business models that are advisable for one type or one human design type or one human design profile in a way that they wouldn't be for others. There are specific kinds of products or offers, like ways you would structure or deliver or fulfill your offers, ways that you would, the size of your team, who you need on your team, how you manage your team, how you interface with them. Do you do one-on-one coaching and consulting for a bunch of people or just for a couple people? These are some of the questions that human design offers you a lot of guidance on. And that's how we use it. I changed my own business really, really significantly after I started to rely on my own human design strategy. Like the kinds of marketing I do as a projector might be very different than the kinds of marketing you might do as a generator. Let's see. So those are some of the, even things like, do you do freebie marketing with free lead magnets? Or do you do, small paid group marketing, kind of like my salon? Those things, human design has a take on all of that stuff. It's very specific. It's very directive. There are success strategies that come directly out of human design that are very, very leverageable by entrepreneurs. And I think it cuts your trial and error time way, 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 way down, cuts your time to real revenue way, 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 way down. And it eliminates the piece of just having to trial and learn your way to past the misaligned, all of the misaligned offers and ways you might try doing a business. Because like I said, usually what people do is just see what other people are doing and try that stuff. And you can eventually get there. You'll get to the ones that the business models, the offers and products that align for you, if you can hack it for 5 or 6 or 7 years or 10 years, right? I don't think you should have to go through that. I don't think people should have to spend as much time at the bottom of the entrepreneurial emotional roller coaster as they do. And, human design also offers a lot of guidance on what your cosmic purpose is, meaning what the work that you are called to do to further human evolution, which, oh, by the way, is also the work that you will find the most blissful and the most profitable. So the name of the game when we're doing Empires of the Soul is building highly aligned to you, congruent with who you really are, and highly profitable businesses. And that's the human design is a very small hinge that swings a very big door toward that.